you're seeing LeBron now do it at such, I guess what we say years later. I don't even want to call it an advanced age because age is a number, but it does look like again that at this point in time, Anthony Davis is hurt. And the Lakers have an interesting challenge now in front of them tonight against Chris Paul, which is fascinating. You know that they have a relationship outside of the court as well. What are your thoughts on LeBron continuing to do it right now and his chance to maybe put this team on his back and continue on as a 7 seed? What are your thoughts on that,
I mean,
Chris?
it's insane. Just the fact that he's able, it's really, all that work that he put into his body throughout his whole career, all the training that you do are for moments like this, and especially early on in your career, it's in hopes that you can perform at a high level consistently at the age that he's at. But, I mean, I think he's the type of athlete that's trying to break new ground, and, that's what he's doing. And, I mean, even Michael Jordan, he consistently played at a high level until 36 and then came back and played at 40, so it's out there. And Bron being the fitness freak that he is, I know that's definitely a challenge. And I mean, he's out to be one of, if not the best player of all time. And that's his goal. And I know, I know how much he puts into the game and how hard he works. So I think as long as he, this year was a pretty serious injury that he'll have to take care of. And I mean, he will have to expend a lot of energy, tonight in that particular game, and it will be difficult. But like I say, breaking new ground is not easy, and of course that's how the basketball guys put it. You like, oh, okay, yeah, you're man in the best shape of your life at 37 years old. Okay, your number 2 is out and Caldwell Pope is out, and all right, you still got to win. Put the team on your back again. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how you respond.
So, I mean, you could sit there, you could make a case, Chris, because you had a front row seat for this, and I did too, sitting on SportsCenter doing highlights of his high school game, and so that's how far back he goes, and I haven't been at ESPN in 18 years. And he is maybe the first superstar athlete in the NBA to have his entire career take place in the 24/7, 365 sports cable television world and sports talk world and social media world where everything is out there. So is there one thing about LeBron that we don't know that you would be able to fill us in on at all, Chris?
If in my book, I talk about how much he put into the game and how hard he works. I mean, he makes things look easy, and he's not the one to boast and brag on how much he works on the game and how much he puts into the game. So, like, it's always really funny to of course you get criticized, right? It's a part of the game. But just hear the critical narratives on what he can and can't do and all of these things, which, it's interesting when they're like, oh, he's aging, and is he? I think one year it was like, oh, is he washed? And
yes,
I just wanted to give more perspective on how much he put into his body over his career and how focused and dedicated, he is to the craft. He's a very smart individual, he's highly intelligent, but most of all, he loves what he does. And, he's one of the best teammates that I've had. He loves basketball, loves having a good time. He loves getting the fellas together and going after a goal.
What's your best guess on how much longer he wants to do it? The concept in the media whenever we get to that point is that he might want to stick around for his son to be drafted in the NBA and kind of play with him, kind of like the Griffeys did, if you will, in baseball. Do you think that's the way he's viewing his end game basketball scenario, Chris?
That's a great question. I'm not sure, but knowing Brian, he'll have something up his sleeve. You know what I mean? Who knows? I know he probably still wants to play at the level he's playing at, for another year, if not 2. I know that for sure. But, as Bronny continues to develop, I know they'll keep their eye on that situation. I know he'll continue to keep his options open. But, as an athlete, I know how, it is. I mean, if he gets to where it's like, I've done everything, and that's before his son starts playing, and and he has nothing else to give to the game, he might wake up and feel that one day. You know, we never know if he's blessed to be able to get to that point. But, you know, I think we'll have to wait and see, man. That would be pretty cool, like the Griffeys, huh? Just on the same team and, you know, get back-to-back buckets, like cool stuff like that. It'd be crazy.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.